Hello and welcome to the world of Final Fantasy XIV. My name is Brian, and this is a short introduction guide to the game. While the world and game of Final Fantasy XIV is vast, and there's a lot to do, it's important not to get overwhelmed by it all, and have the feeling that you need to grind all the way up to level cap in just 1 week. Hopefully after watching this video, you'll come away with a good idea of the best way to level, what features, and what unlocks as soon as they become available, and give you a good understanding of the core game. So whether you're a longtime MMORPG fan or a newcomer to the genre, let me know in the comments below if you have any questions about the game that this video didn't answer, and I'll be sure to try to answer them below. Now, one of the most common questions that I'm asked is, how do I level? What's the best way to level? How can I get to level cap the quickest? And that's a real simple answer. Just follow the main story quests. The main story for the game will take you all the way up to level cap, and that includes the expansions. It's pretty well spaced, and even if you aren't one for the story, you can always skip those cutscenes. While I'm personally a fan of the game's story, I know not everyone is interested in it, and that's okay too. But I would recommend that if you want to have an idea of the characters, the setting, and the world, don't skip the cutscenes. If you focus on the story and on the quests that have an image in the header text of the quest itself, that's going to communicate to you that this is a quest you might want to pay attention to. Again, the main story quests, which stand out with their meteor icon, will be the best way to level your main job up to level cap. But if you want to get more XP even faster, especially if you decide to level up other jobs on the same character, you can do that, by the way, and it's pretty awesome. Here are some simple tips. Number 1, eat food. You can buy food from the markets or from the vendor in cities, or get it as rewards for completing certain quests. Aside from the stats that the food gives you, you're also going to get an additional 3% XP boost, which will add up in the long run. Number 2, join a free company. This game's equivalent of a guild system, and can put on XP leveling buffs, as well as other boosts to help you out as a new player. Even if you don't feel like chatting, you're actually still contributing to the free company by earning them free company credits, which they can use to buy more buffs as well as other things. It's a win-win, and if you can find a free company that fits your playstyle and needs, it would be in your best interest to join them. Number 3, be sure to log out in cities or near 8th rites to get rested XP. This is simple enough, but it really does add up in the long run. Number 4, avoid the temptation to roll on a new character. If you end up not liking the look of your character, you can always change everything about them with the Fantasia potion, which you actually get on your first month's subscription, as well as you can buy them from the Mog Station. One of the most common pitfalls players can make is repeating the same opening part of the game over and over on a few different characters, to the point where they never get past level 30 or 40, because by that time they've done it 2 or 3 times. Final Fantasy XIV is a game that you can play different jobs, classes to start, on the same character, so you don't have to repeat the opening story each time. This is beneficial in many ways, but as it relates to XP, you'll get another huge bonus of 50 to 100% XP when leveling a job that is lower than your max job. So keep that in mind. Don't feel like you have to level all the jobs up at the same time equally. You'll do much better XP and content-wise if you follow the main story and focus on one job to start, and then branch out from there. Having a job at the level cap will make it much easier to level other jobs that you might be interested in. Number 5, do your daily roulettes as much as possible. You will get a large amount of XP for running what is called a roulette. These open up as soon as you have at least 2 options of the same type of content in the duty finder. Each day you'll get a daily bonus for doing them, and as you unlock new content for the duty finder, it will continue to expand and grow. If you do this and the options above, you'll have a steady flow of XP and gil coming your way. Number 6, bonus points. Take advantage of them. At level 15 in Limbs of Lamenza, you can access the quest Rising to the Challenge, which will unlock the challenge log. This is a weekly log that resets every Tuesday, and with it, it's going to reward you with XP and gil for doing exactly what you're doing already. The bonuses scale with your level, but they add up, and it shouldn't be missed. The quest is short and it only has you talk with another NPC in the town, and it's well worth it. The quest starts in the upper decks of Limenza in the Drowning Winch, at the map location of 1110. Speak to, and I'm going to butcher the name, Italawan. They should have a plus sign next to the quest marker to highlight it even more. And number 7, check out the Palace of the Dead. At level 17, the quest to unlock the Palace of the Dead will open up. It's content that after you clear 10 floors, you're rewarded with more bonus XP. Plus, it will allow you to hit level cap, but only within the Palace of the Dead, so that you can actually check out the class and job at higher levels without having to level them up all the way. This is great for leveling other jobs that you might want to try out before fully committing to leveling them up in the real game. It's an option if you want to change things up, and if you want to unlock it, the quest is called The House That Death Built, and it starts in New Gridania at 1213, and the NPC's name, which I'm probably going to butcher, is Najoro Marjuno, or Marjuno. Another question I'm often asked is, should I play with a mouse and keyboard or a controller? And that's another simple answer. Play with whatever you feel the most comfortable with. The game plays great both ways. My preference is with a controller, and you can check out any of my controller guides or my getting started with the controller guide just to help you out. I'll try to include the link in the description of this video. Switching between them is easy. Just go into character configuration and flip the switch between the two different modes. Another question I'm often asked by new players is if they have any advice for doing group content. Since they are new and they are worried that players are going to be mean because they do not know the content yet. And for this, here are a few things you can do. Number 1. First, I recommend that when you queue up into the content for the Duty Finder, if you haven't done it yet, just type a simple message in party chat and let the party know that you're new. Typically, the Final Fantasy XIV community is very nice and likes to help out new players. So outside a few rare players, you should be welcomed by all. You can text chat with the party by typing /P and then your message, or by changing your chat channel by selecting the little chat icon and picking your chat mode. I'd recommend that you set your hello message or your I'm new as a macro. That way it will save you time each time you queue up for any content, as well as a thanks message or a goodbye message once you've cleared it, just to save you from having to type it all the time. To create a macro, just go into the System Settings, Macros section, and either override an existing or create a new one. I'll leave 2 macro examples below in the description of this video for you to copy and paste in the game if you desire. You can then add these macros to your hotbar or cross hotbar and use them anytime you need. And also, don't be afraid to ask for help. There's a system called the Novice Network with lots of new players. So even if you don't feel like chatting, you might have a question that's being asked, so keep an eye out for any invitation to the Novice Network. And now finally, some just general tips and advice. Number 1, get to know the character configuration options under the settings system. There is a lot going on here. You can really customize to your heart's content. I direct you to check out the filter section under General, especially if you're playing with a controller, to help you make targeting a breeze. Number 2, don't burn out. MMOs in Final Fantasy XIV is a game with a lot going on. Don't try to clear the story within the first day of you having the game. If you feel like you're getting tired, take a break. This is a game, and you're more likely to get to level cap and endgame if you don't burn out. If you start to feel fatigued about the game itself, don't feel bad about taking a break. Number 3, be sure to do your class quests. They happen every 5 levels and feed you with enough gear and skills that you'll want and need in the long run. They are pretty simple and easy to complete. After you've cleared the level 10 quest, you'll be able to join the other guilds, which will allow you to change your class and eventually job. And this will open up the gear set system. A gear set is the ability to save your gear that you have equipped and the job that you are on so that you can easily switch between them. And lastly, and most importantly, remember to have fun. Hopefully you'll be with friends, or you'll be making new ones in Final Fantasy XIV, but that's what this is about. So, I wish you luck, adventurer. Hopefully, this has been helpful for you. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and if you liked this video, be sure to hit that like button. But if you didn't, I hear the other button works just as well. Thanks so much for watching. My name is Brian, and this is Work to Game. And until next time, I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.